This is very exciting news for me. If you don't know what's in here, I'm sure you already know by reading the title, and if you follow me on Instagram, you already know what's in these boxes. What's in these boxes is VF Engineering Supercharger, which I'm very excited. Finally have it. My plan right now is to do 4 separate videos. The first video, which is this video right now, is doing opening of the kit, see what's inside each box. The second part of the video is going to be removing the components from the engine to get the supercharger kit ready. And in the third video, I'm going to be doing the install of the supercharger kit. And the fourth video, it's going to be the install of the tune. So I won't be doing the VF Engineering tune. I'm actually going to go with a tune from Jackal Motorsports, which I'm actually very excited about. Before I go on and opening the boxes, I'm going to give you a little an idea of what to expect if you do order this kit. So you're going to get 2 different boxes. One's going to be obviously bigger than the other one. This one's lighter, this one's a little bit heavy, so right now I don't know what components is in each, but if I'm gonna guess, the supercharger's in this one right here. So just so you know, it is made in the USA, America. And that's pretty much about it. If it matters, UPS is the one that sends this, and somebody does need to be at home to sign this, because you definitely don't want this laying out in your front door and have somebody come and snatch it from you. I am going to go ahead and open up the little boxes. If I am correct, I think the supercharger is in this one, so I'm going to save the best for last. Go ahead and open this one up, and then fingers crossed that the supercharger is in this one. So you have your packaging just like any other thing, so it's definitely shipped well, so it's not moving around or breaking. Make sure there's nothing in these little packages. Alright, so I was right. So we do have the smaller components that make the supercharger kit. Here, I'll take this all out of the box real quick and set them here on the floor. So I'm gonna go, show you every part so you have an idea what's what. So the first component is this right here. So this is the new coolant tank for the supercharger. So this coolant tank is going to be separate system from the coolant tank for the engine. So the engine and the supercharger cooling will be on 2 separate systems, if that makes sense. And with that being said, here is the pump, which is going to be for the coolant, so the water pump in a way. Here's the air filter, the K&N drop-in filter, and if you're familiar with how I have my car set up, this I do not need because I have my own custom air intake, so this I'll put off to the side. So this right here is a OEM oil filter. Here is your new mass airflow sensor. It's like a little bit more beefier than the OEM mass airflow sensor connection. Here is their belt tensioner. So if you have the JHM one, I'm pretty sure this is different than the JHM one. I'm not exactly sure, so don't quote me on that. Here is in this box, here's the hex tune. So this is where you'll be connecting to the OBD2 port for the VF Engineering tune. Here are some gaskets for the supercharger, because you're going to be replacing the old ones and installing these new ones. Here you got yourself a little radiator cooler, oil cooler. So from what I've been researching, this is for the power steering cooling. So, and you got these hoses. So I'm not sure if these are for the power steering. I think it is, but once I do that video, I'll definitely go into more detail. So you are gonna, you have a different for the power steering, because you'll be removing the old one, the OEM one, and using this. And here's all the hoses for the cooling for the supercharger. And within that box you get these 2 little boxes. So let's go with this box first. So in this box you do come with 8 spark plugs. They're NGK, and it says it's already gapped to 0.03, which is good. Here's the pulley for the supercharger, which I believe this is what this is. And here's some electrical right here. So you're gonna have your own little fuse box here for the supercharger kit. Here's 2 more hoses. I'm not exactly sure what they're for. A long bolt and a lot of kind of little, looks like brackets, which I believe it's for the fuse box. And you get a flash drive, which I think this might have the tune on it. I'm not exactly sure. So now we go to the second box, what was in the little box. So here you have 2 belts here, and it looks like they're the same part number. So I believe this is for the supercharger, the new serpentine belt, because you're not going to use the OEM serpentine belt anymore. You're going to be using a different belt for the supercharger kit. Here, so this, what looks like to me, it's a relocation for the oil filter, and it comes with, you know, the new O-rings. So you still use the same O-rings, just a different location. You got more hoses, some hose clamps, and I believe this is if you have an SAE. If you still have the secondary air injection in your car, which I don't, so I think this is what these little gaskets here are for. And then just some nuts, bolts I mean, and some spacers and a clamp. So that's what's in this first box. So I'm gonna go ahead and put all this away, store it back in the box, and open up this box. Before I take this out, I just want to show you all this packaging right here was all inside this box. So this gives you an idea how much pride I would say VF Engineering does, you know, with their products. So, and there's also more layers right down here. So yeah, I know YouTube can't pick this up, but my heartbeat is beating right now like a million miles an hour. Whew, I'm very excited to see this thing. I feel like I'm out of breath, but yeah, so let's go ahead and get this out. All right, here it is. So I'm gonna skip this right now and go to this. So this is the new radiator for the supercharger, for the cooling of the supercharger. So the other system, like I was saying before on the other box, it uses its own cooling system, this is how it's going to be cooled. It's in this box right here. Here it is in all its glory. So I'm going to go side by side to give you an overview of the supercharger itself. So I'm just going to start here in the front. This is the supercharger pulley right here. That other pulley, if I use a process of elimination, that's like an idle pulley or an extra pulley needed for the new belt that we're going to be putting. I think this is for an air hose right here. This is for air. Right here, there's a little nozzle here. So I believe this is for the cooling. So the cooling will go in here or X out of here. I'm not exactly sure. So this is pretty much what I see in the front part of the supercharger. Here is the top view of the supercharger here. So here is the fuel line. So when you get this, just be advised, these are loose, as you can tell, so you can turn by hand. So definitely make sure to tighten these when you actually do go ahead and install it. Here's your fuel line right here, obviously one on each side, 'cause it's a V8. So I think that's pretty much all I see from the top part of the, oh, and before I move on, it looks like it's like a wrinkle black finish that they do with the supercharger. I think that's how they all do them, unless if you somehow call them up and say a custom order or something. But what I'm going to be doing, obviously, I'm not going to leave it black. I'm going to make it a different color. I'm not going to say exactly what color, but I'll leave that to you guys to figure that out, what color I'm going to be painting this right here. Now this is the passenger side, so again with the fuel rail. So it looks like it already comes with fuel injectors already. So I thought I had to transfer the fuel injectors from that car onto here, but it looks like it already has them, because it already has the connections on here. So here's a side view. Alright, let's go ahead and move on to the back part of it. This is the rear view. So here I see an inlet or an outlet, or vice versa, which one is this, but I'm pretty sure this is for the cooling. Here's more hoses right here. And here will be where your throttle body is connect right here. So go ahead and remove this tape so you can see what's inside. So here is the inside of it. So yeah, pretty cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and just tape this back up since I don't need this to be open just yet. Now the other side, I believe, is the same exact as the other side. So this is the driver's side of the supercharger. I don't notice anything different. Again, make sure that these, connections, are tight, because they do come loose by the looks of it. Also, and I forgot, yeah, everything looks pretty much the same as the other side. And one thing I did forget with the fuel rail on the front side, there's these little caps right here, one right here and another one right here. So yeah, make sure, when you do install, I'll go over this when I do the install video, but just to give you a heads up, to tighten these up. And before I do go on, when you do receive it, just check inside these little crannies in here, because there is some packaging still kind of stuck in there, so make sure to get that out before you do the install. So I think that's pretty much. Oh, let me turn it upside down and show you the belly of the supercharger. Okay, so this is the belly of the supercharger, and if you're familiar with other VF engineering kits, it has like the same kind of square design as like for their like Lamborghini supercharger kits or Audi kits. So that's pretty cool. Here you can see the injectors. Nothing that sticks out. Here a little thing that says Magnuson. I think that's about everything. A full 360 view, top and bottom of the supercharger kit. So what I'm gonna do, because I'm not gonna install it right now, I'm gonna go ahead and tape this up right here. Make sure that no dust or debris gets in there. So, and then put it away for now, because I won't be able to install this kit for a while. Nothing special, just regular painter's tape to cover those holes. So yeah, go ahead and put it back in its box. One thing I want to say before ending this video, it's going to be a while for the next post since of work and whatnot. So I want to do my best to do little by little whenever I get some free time and try to get the video edited and whatnot. So again, thank you for watching and have a good one.